Good morning. Welcome back to the show. I hope I'm coming in loud and clear. It is Monday, James Rule, XRP, April 6, 2026. I'll tell you what, today we're going to look at the internet and we're going to look at crypto. And we're going to look at the internet and we're going to look at crypto. Now, I'm an OG. I'm old school. I graduated high school back in 1985. I'll be 59 and a half next week on my mother's birthday, April 14th. I will be 59 and a half. I'm getting on up there in age, but I'll tell you what, back in the days, back in the mid 80s, I decided to buy my first computer. And look at this baby. This was like top of the line, high tech, all of that good stuff. It was a compact 286 desktop. It was manufactured between 1985 and 1987. It had an Intel 286 CPU, 16-bit powerhouse, 12 megahertz. 640 kilobytes of RAM expanded to 8 megabytes. Check this out. It had a 5.25-inch floppy drive. It had a 1.2 megabyte storage. It had a 40 megabyte hard drive. That was massive at the time. We'll never fill up a 40 megabyte hard drive. Multitasking ready, expansion slots. I remember I put a 2400 baud modem in the back of this thing. I hooked it up to my phone line, and you could see the screen load as the internet connection took place. So we're going back 40 years, people. 40 years back to the basics. And then we move ahead, and where are we today? We're in this digital age today that is almost overwhelming. And it's almost, when you live through the days of the early internet, when you live through the days when Bitcoin was created, all these other blockchain ecosystems were created, it can become overwhelming. And with AI now, things are happening so fast. So I want to give a hats off to Elon Musk and X, because look, I've been stuck around 206,000 followers for, I don't know, several months now. I'm currently at 205,700 followers. And my count's not moving, but that's okay, because Elon Musk, they must be weeding out the bots and scammers. I want to say thank you very much for doing that, because I have so many imposters. There's so many people out there trying to scam others. There's so many bots and idiots out there that are trying to take your crypto and try to take your money. And if X is decreasing my user count because they're scammers, go ahead and take them away, baby. Go ahead and take them away. Today's paid sponsor is Uphold. Uphold is an excellent cryptocurrency exchange that gives you yield, that gives you options, that gives you rewards by just having your crypto on the platform. Stack crypto rewards on autopilot. With flexible staking, your crypto earns while you hold. No hurdles, no lockups. See what you can earn in Uphold app. And you need to sign up for Uphold on the app, because you can also get the Uphold Visa debit card. Why is it a big deal? Because you can spend your stable coins, you can spend your crypto, you can spend your gold and silver, and you can get back up to 4% XRP on everything you buy. Everywhere I go, Walmart, the gas station, the bar, the restaurant, Dollar General, Family Dollar, wherever I go, I use my Uphold debit card and I get XRP back with every purchase. Sign up below for free. Tell them James Rule XRP sent you by. Okay, we are seeing some green in the market, people. We are seeing some green in the market on this Monday. Total crypto market is 2.46 trillion. Bitcoin is almost at $70,000. Ethereum is up to $2,163. XRP is up to $1.35. And we're just getting started with this party. We're just getting started with this crypto party. Just like back in the 80s and 90s when you had dial-up internet. And then dial-up internet started to go to fiber. And then all of a sudden, you went from a 2400 baud modem to a 14.4 to a 56K modem. And then all of a sudden, fiber. And you had high-speed internet. Well, we started with Bitcoin. And then we had all of these other amazing ecosystems evolving, created, coming to fruition. And now we're starting to see major financial institutions jump into it. We're starting to see cryptocurrency exchanges fight against the banks, fight against the governments. And on that note, Diana gets this out. She got this out today. update on the Clarity Act markup is expected the second half of April. Sources say the deal was finalized on Friday. What? After weeks of delay, negotiations around the Clarity Act may have just reached a breakthrough. According to industry sources, a new Clarity Act compromise version was reviewed Thursday and finalized on Friday between crypto firms, banks, and policymakers. The main issue holding everything back was whether stablecoins can offer rewards and yield and without triggering deposit flights from banks. People are taking their money out of the banks and putting them in cryptocurrency exchanges where they can get yield on stablecoins like at Uphold. Click on the link below, sign up. Now sources say that debate may finally be resolved. Turns out when Coinbase CLO Paul Graywall gave a 48-hour deadline, it may have been true. Senate Banking Committee has not released the details yet. Markup is expected in the last 2 weeks of April. More to come. She'll keep updating. Thank you, Diana, for the info. It is exciting. Crypto in America, Ellie Tarrant, they interviewed Mr. Perkins here, Christopher Perkins, who now follows me. I follow him on LinkedIn. He is the CEO at 250 Digital Asset Management, who was just acquired by Franklin Templeton, and he is going to be the CEO of Franklin Crypto. Listen to what he has to say in this 44-second clip, people.
Whether you like it or not, we're getting regulatory certainty. We couldn't have a better foundation. That sets the grounds for institutions to really come in. If we get Clarity Act, and I know you guys probably have your different perspectives and it varies by the day, I think we're going to get it. Why? Because Epic Fury started, the bombs started flowing, right? What does Trump do? He tweets or goes on True Social and says, get Clarity done, while the bombs first start blowing up, right? What that tells me is he has the will and he's going to cash in the political chips to make it happen. And as you guys know in DC, if you have the chips and you want to pay for it, you can get it done. I think it gets done. I think this whole interest thing is baloney. I think we're going to get through it. I have thoughts on that. But at the end of the day, if we get clarity, we will have relative animal spirits once that geopolitical noise abates.
Money talks, people. I know Coinbase, Ripple, other major fintech players have given millions to U.S. government for politicians to make the right decisions when it comes to lawmaking. And we have to get these laws written in stone before the Dems take back over Congress or before the Dems take back over the U.S. government. All of these laws, all of these crypto laws have to be written in stone because we've kicked Gary Gensler to the curb. We now have a wonderful, wonderful chair at the SEC as well as the CFTC that are pro-crypto. We have a pro-crypto president. All of these things have to be written in stone before this next administration. And it's going to be. I feel in my heart that everything that we have wished, everything that we are pushing for, everything that we are hoping through the universe, looking past the trees and everything else is going to get passed before the other side comes back in. So when you're old enough to live through two technological revolutions, you're blessed. Internet timeline versus crypto timeline. I'm going to give you a brief description of when the internet started, when crypto started, and kind of give you an idea of where we're at today versus yesterday. So 1969, ARPANET's first connection. TCP, IP standard adopted. 1989, the World Wide Web was invented by Tim Berners-Lee. 1993, Mosaic, the first popular web browser. 1995, commercial internet boom begins. 1998, Google was founded. How would you like to have purchased some shares of Google back in 1998 when it was worth pennies or dollars? 2004, Facebook launched, Web 2.0 era. 2007, the iPhone sparks mobile internet revolution. Who would have thought back in the 80s when I was in high school, when many of you out there my age were in high school, that you would hold a calculator in your hand, a TV in your hand, a computer in your hand, a data source in your hand, an Encyclopedia Britannica in your hand, a calculator in your hand, a camera in your hand, a video player in. Who would have thought this would all come in one little package And that's when the iPhone began back in 2007. Well, let's go over to crypto. 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto released the Bitcoin white paper. 2009, Bitcoin gets block mined. 2010, Bitcoin Pizza Day, first real world transaction. And then Ethereum launches smart contracts. In 2017, you had the ICO boom and the major bull run at the end of 2017, 2018. 2020 was DeFi summer. Also in 2020, the SEC and all the idiots at the SEC sued Ripple and XRP. 2021 was an NFT boom and Bitcoin all-time high. 2024, spot Bitcoin ETFs approved. You have XRP ETFs approved. You have baskets approved. You have major financial institutions today going into crypto, hopping into crypto. It says crypto is evolving on an accelerated timeline compared to the early internet. So you go from 1969 to 2007. You go from 2008 to 2024, which is less than 20 years. Where is this space going to be in 2030, 6 years from now? How advanced is blockchain technology in the funnels of the banking ecosystem behind closed doors? Never going to be seen by the public, knowing which blockchain rails the banking system's running on. AI technology. We are going to be so advanced in the next 6 years, it's going to be unfathomable. It's going to be hard to imagine where technology is going to be 6 years from now because this space is growing so fast. It's massive, people. And you're at the right place at the right time. So Franklin Crypto Index, which is EZPZ, was created to incorporate a basket of digital assets into their ecosystem. Franklin Templeton. Well, there is currently $10.1 million in these assets. And if we go to Franklin Templeton, easy peasy, I love that, easy peasy. We can scroll down, see there's 10 million in total net assets. And if we scroll down to the bottom of this page, and I'm going to leave a copy of this for all of you to see and all of you to break down, you could see that Bitcoin makes up 76% of this total package. Ethereum makes up 12.6%. XRP is in the number 3 position, people, at 5.74% of this basket. Franklin Templeton, all the major players, all the BlackRocks, all the Goldman Sachs, all the JP Morgans, all the cities, everybody knows that XRP is the next one in line. Then it goes down from there. Solana, a piece of a Doge, a piece of ADA, a piece of XLM. 5.7% in XRP in this portfolio. Finally, Japan recognizes over 100 crypto tokens across 28 platforms as regulation shapes market expansion. The Financial Services Agency in Japan. It says Japan regulators recognizes over 100 tokens within its regulated framework. 28 crypto service providers are registered, including Binance and Coinbase. Assets span DeFi, gaming, AI, and stablecoins, showing diverse blockchain use cases in Japan. And here are some of the assets that are included. It goes all the way from ADA to Bitcoin, all the way down to XLM, XRP, XTZ, all of these in between. And things are getting noticed. Countries are noticing these blockchain ecosystems. Governments are finally starting to research these underlying technologies, going, oh, it's not a scam. The XRP ledger is not a scam. Oh, the Stellar Network. Oh, Cardano. Oh, Ethereum. Oh, they're not scams. They're actually use case utility ecosystems that are running the world in the background. Where are we going to be by 2030? You know, I use AI today. I use SuperGrok to create my thumbnails now on YouTube, and it's unbelievable. I don't have to pay for a service. I pay a little bit more for X now. I pay $50 a month, but I get SuperGrok, and I get all kind of premiums by paying $50 a month for their service. Where are we going to be in 6 years? What's the normal going to be? What's the self-driving cars, flying cars, what everything's going to be automated. Robotics, automation, AI. You're going to be able to trade crypto 24/7, 365 by telling an AI bot or an AI program, look, here's $1,000 in a month. I want it to be $100,000. Start trading every second of the day. And those little AI bots and those little programs and those little algorithms are going to go be working their asses off every second of the day. And hopefully by the end of the month, that $1,000 is going to be $100,000. Think about that. Think about the possibilities. Think about future generations. Think about your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and all of the opportunities that they're going to have because of the choices that you're making right now. Because of the choices that you are making right now, people. Are you backing up the truck? Are you hodling? Have you ran out of dip money like me? Are you throwing a little bit of each check into a basket of cryptocurrencies? Or are you sitting back going, well, maybe it'll go down a little bit lower. Maybe I'll put a little bit of money into it when it gets down to this price. Maybe. Have a good day, people. Subscribe, follow, share, like, and don't forget, I told you so.